Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Air Pollution TV. I'm your host Peter Whitby and I'm here with my partner Rich. Today we are very excited because we are going to be comparing air pollution masks.
Right.
We promised this in previous episodes. We're going to take a look at what people are wearing across the world and what's in fashion and what's not so fashionable and what works. So we have two categories of pollution masks. We have the disposables, so these would be defined as used one time and thrown out. And then we have the reusable mask, which can be used for a few months at a time.
Right.
Rich, where do you want to start?
Let's start with the disposable. So I guess, kind of a generic one that you see all the time is sort of the green hospital mask. These would be used once and thrown away. Again, we'll get into the lab testing later, but maybe let's take a look at how it looks on our friend Peter here. There you go, try that guy on.
Okay.
So you actually look like a doctor. I think maybe you missed your calling.
I'm not qualified to be a doctor.
So that's kind of a generic one you see a lot. There's companies that have done sort of one that's just a little bit more plain, like a white generic. All the way into these guys, which tested very effectively, but are really ugly with the elastics and the metal clip.
So the one thing I will say, it's pretty comfortable on my face. Like, it's very light.
Yeah.
There's obviously, I can feel air coming in kind of on the gaps.
Right, yeah, you can see, it's hard to kind of see, but there's quite a lot of gaps in the side of his cheek, under his chin, and kind of around his nose. I mean, they've got a little metal clip to try to make that a bit better, but when you exhale, you can feel it in your eyes, right?
That's right. Okay, so that'd be like the generic surgical
kind of
mask,
surgical
we'll call
mask.
it. And then that comes in white, comes in another color.
Yep. Maybe you want to try this guy on?
Okay, so this is a mask I've seen a lot traveling in Asia, and you'll see this even, going to Home Depot and doing woodworking here in North America. Get that on like this. How does it look?
Looks really ugly. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it'll work well, but obviously it's not attractive. I mean, you've got these weird kind of things hanging off and a metal clip, and makes your beard look weird, to be honest.
So the one thing I can feel is the air coming up and into my eyes.
Okay.
So I would imagine if you're wearing glasses, that would have fog up your glasses.
Right.
It's really tight too.
Well, there's no adjustment on it, right? Like, it's just straight elastic, and then if it stretches out, you can't wear it again. So again, disposable. The one thing on the disposable side that I don't love about this is the plastic. You're throwing these rubber that's going right into the landfill. So that kind of bothers me. I feel like the paper ones might break down, but this and the metal clip, that's gonna fill up the landfill. You got a foam piece. So that's on the environmental side anyway.
One thing just from wearing it is much more difficult to breathe than the surgical mask.
Okay.
So it makes me think it's more effective, and we can get into results when we get into the air pollution lab, but
Right.
It is very difficult to breathe.
Okay. So this is a company, I think, out of Japan.
That's right. So I bought this in Tokyo. This is what you see a lot of the Japanese citizens wearing. Loops around the ears. How does it look?
It actually looks decent compared to the other ones. It's probably the most fashionable of the temporary ones, I would say.
It's the most comfortable. I mean, there's some stretch here to
Okay.
go around your ear. Easy to breathe.
Right.
So, yeah, I think kind of our verdict would be
Yeah.
you're going to buy a disposable mask, pick up this Japanese one. I don't know the name of the brand. I just picked it up in a store in Japan. So that would be my vote.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't we get into the masks that basically you can have an exchangeable filter on them. These ones you would wear once, you throw it away, filling up the landfills. But these guys have a little bit more to them. So maybe we'll start with.
So I'll start with this one. This there's several companies from Sweden to America to even a generic Chinese brand doing this. What they do is they take like a fabric that you'd see on your shirt and they put it onto the mask.
Why don't you try that on, Pete? Let's see how that one looks.
So once again, loops around the ears. There's a little metal clip so that it goes down like this.
I think that's got to go under your chin.
It goes under the beard.
Yeah,
like
there
that.
it is. There it is.
Okay. So a little more difficult to breathe than that last disposable one. one of the things that concerns me with these masks is that they tell you to put it in the washing machine. So it'll last 2 to 3 months. You put it in the washing machine to clean it out. The filter membrane apparently is hidden within this guy. I don't know if you can see that. So I just, I worry about putting something in the washing machine and how it's going to be effective that, even, laundry detergent, if you're going to be breathing that in. So they come in different colors. I talked about more of the generic Asian brand that you see. Put this one on for you. Kind of goes around more here. Much easier to breathe.
Okay. But I feel like that's because there's gaps everywhere on that one, right? Like there's just gaps everywhere. There's, one of the things that we found when testing, and we'll show you the results maybe on the next episode, but one of the things that we found was most of the reason why these masks are ineffective is because the air is going around the filter. So even if the filter membrane is fine, even if after you wash this it does work well, if it's not sealing to your face, it's not filtering out the pollution. It's just going to go around. It's going to take the path of least resistance, right?
Yeah.
So,
so these ones, just to kind of get into the price, they would go as retail as high as $40 US. I think I picked this up for about $8 in China.
Okay.
So a wide range of price on,
Right.
I don't know what we call these fabric ones that you wash. Okay, here, there's one more. It can be children's designs.
You're not going to put that one on?
Okay, so let's get into another style of mask. This is, I think there's a large British company that produces these. Just to kind of show you how it works, it looks like it's made of, what's the material?
Neoprene would be the material.
Neoprene, so it's got some stretch to it, it's got a metal clip, and then it's got a filter there. One thing we do like is the 2 exhale valves. It should make it easier to breathe. Put this one on.
So I think you look like a toucan or some sort of a wild bird. Yeah, I mean, for this one, really, it's supposed to be a little bit more fashionable. I don't think they've really pulled that off. The filter's exposed. It pulls down really easily. I didn't even mean to do that. But the thing about this one is the comfort level. The filter's right against your mouth, the neoprene right against your face. So I think it'd be very hot.
On this side, yeah, it is very hot. The biggest thing for me is that it's pulling down.
Right.
It doesn't have that strap over your ear.
Right.
And then
just the one strap going below the ears makes it want to come down, right?
Yeah, and then the toughest thing for me is it's hard to breathe, and the filter is touching your cheek and touching your lips, which that doesn't seem hygienic to me. So these guys range in price from, depending on the style, from $40 to $100 US.
Right.
So really quite expensive. What you would do is you would eventually replace this filter, replace these valves, and keep this neoprene, and this would get washed.
Okay.
All right, so that's that one. Up next, we're missing a few of the components. This is a Singapore-based mask.
Yeah.
So I'll just hold it on.
So this one's interesting. The instructions that came with this one actually advise that you use scissors to cut these layers here to make it an adjustable size, which on another one that we did actually revealed a very sharp edge, like a razor edge almost that was just digging into your face. And that's how you adjust the size on it. So
what we're missing is the 2 filters here. So they would just pop in, and they would be disposable. And then I think you can probably throw this in the dishwasher.
Right.
So
you want to try it on, see what it looks like?
Yeah, just one more time.
So yeah, not the most fashionable thing. You kind of look like, something has broke out and there's a alien invasion or something like that.
Okay, so that's the Singapore one. We have one more mask for you today. We bought this one online from China. Velcro strap. Make sure I get this on the right way. Put this on for you. Oops, here we go.
Very easy to put on. No. So that one doesn't go below your chin, right? So it's kind of like that?
No, so yeah, the strap goes under the ear.
Right. So it's funky. It's kind of, they've gone with a kind of like a, trying to be like maybe trendy, kind of with the color matching, and I assume it comes in different colors and styles, but
yeah,
how does it feel?
It's really hot. All the air stays trapped in there.
Right.
This is very difficult to breathe. But I do like the seal, like the silicone the silicone really does seal well.
Right.
I don't know, is my skin red? I kind of feel like it
Yeah.
was on there pretty tight, but just very difficult to breathe. They do have different colors, so this can come in red or pink, with the matching strap. So trying to make some inroads with the fashion. I'm not sure that it's been pulled off, but
Yeah. So I mean, we went from a disposable to sort of something that's trying to get into the fashion. And again, we went through all of these, and there needs to be something better. There has to be something better. We haven't been able to find it, so we thought we would create it. And so on the next episode, we'll be doing an unboxing of the O2 Curve, which is our mask that we've designed. And we think we've kind of hit the fashion thing. Obviously, we're a little bit biased, but it's going to be a little bit trendier, and you have the option to kind of change out what the front shell looks like and make it a little bit more customizable.
yeah, so once again. Thanks for tuning in. Please follow us on our social, on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. We will be releasing the O2 Curve soon, and we would appreciate all your comments, questions on the mask, and we can get to those in later episodes.
Thank you for tuning in, and hashtag air pollution movement.